The Samsung Galaxy Note 7. Should you get it now or a little bit later? Find out. What's going on YouTube? Andrew Huang here again for LPX Tech, here with another impressions video slash advice maybe? If you're looking for a video about technical specs and comparisons, there are plenty of other videos out there. This video is meant to be simply just an impressions video and my opinions on this device. Now the Samsung Galaxy Note 7 will be released later this month with a lot of hype actually. A lot of these companies are doing some awesome deals on the side, like giving away a free Gear Fit 2 or a 256 gigabyte SD card. Ridiculous, but how good is the phone? Obviously, I haven't been able to try one out yet. It's not out. Some of the stores don't even have the demo units up, and I've been busy with running my business. But I do gotta say, just from what I've read online, on Samsung's official website, and just looking around all the different comparison videos for the people who've been trying it out, it's looking like a great phone. By all means, the Note 7 is not the revolutionary leap that we were all hoping for in terms of design and tech, but it definitely comes with a lot of good enhancements and improvements over the previous generation. Now, if you were like me, you were disappointed last year when Samsung revealed the Note 5 with no edge-to-edge screen, because a few months earlier they released the S6 Edge Plus, and with this year they also released the S7 Edge. Now this phone is essentially all the good things about the Note series and the S7 Edge combined into one phone with some extras on top. Now, if you've been following my channel for a while, you know in my older videos of the smartwatches as well as the other smartphones, I've mentioned gimmicks and how a lot of people tend to look at some of the new features that all the cell phone companies announce as gimmicks, and that's not necessarily a generational leap forward or anything. But if you look at the phone now, look at the Note 7 and compare it to the first Note or the second Note. And I've owned all of them. I've had the Note 1, Note 2, Note 3, and now I currently have the Note 4. And I gotta admit, a lot of the stuff that is in the Note 7 now pretty much make me want to upgrade. Now, will I upgrade? I'm gonna go ahead and address the elephant in the room. I will not be getting this phone because, unfortunately, I just can't afford it. I'm currently paying for 700 lines for my family plan, and I won't be able to do so. But if I did have the option, I would definitely be getting this phone. If anything, come November when my contract is actually up, I will most likely be upgrading to the phone at that point in time. Now, I was going to talk briefly about the performance and the device specs, but literally right before I sat down to record this video, I just read a couple articles online that Samsung decided to release some minor upgrades before the official launch date, and it would only be released in China. And if you're wondering about those upgrades, essentially, I'll go ahead and link the links to the articles down below. But they pretty much upgraded the RAM and the hard drive that comes standard on the phone. So they gave the RAM a 50% increase all the way up to 6 gigs, and the internal memory, they doubled it from 64 to 128. Now this version of the phone is just gonna go into development and only gonna be released in China for the initial release date, because obviously they haven't been producing for the last few months to be released worldwide. And all the articles pretty much address that a lot of people, including myself, are going to be upset. Now, I'm not one of the people that have gone out and pre-ordered the Note 7, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to be upset about the fact that they missed out on getting the higher end version, especially for those of you who are going to want to use this device for the Samsung Gear VR. Now, before you go protesting and canceling your pre-orders, if you're not a Gear VR user, you're not a heavy program user, the current version is going to be just fine. Everyone who's gotten the S7, everyone that I talked to at least, including some of my own family members, have loved the phone. And especially my sister, she's a social media fiend. She goes on every site, she has every app open in the world. She's been very happy with the phone. And I think you will be with the Note 7 as well. And the thing is, on top of that, it's going to be more expensive. So whether you're buying the phone outright or financing it through the month-to-month plans that some of these companies offer, is the extra performance worth the extra money? For the mass market, it really isn't. So I wouldn't be too upset, but for people like me who are performance hogs, want to do the virtual reality stuff with it, it's a little sour note. But thankfully for me, I guess it was a blessing in disguise. I was going to get the phone right away because I'm going to get it in November, which by that point in time, the phone should be out. Now, if you're an iPhone user and you're watching this video, if you actually watch this part, I urge you to move over to the dark side. Well, technically speaking, I think Apple's the dark side, but come join the rebellion, if anything. For you current Note users, the integration of the edge screen display is a definite warm welcome, because My wife, my sister, my parents' phone all have the edge screens. And every time I've used it or borrowed their phones, I've missed it. At first, I personally thought it was a gimmick, but now that even my intern, who is now shooting this video, he has an S7 Edge, I'm jealous of the phone. I want it myself, and I personally miss the utility of it, because for those of you who don't have it, you just say it's stupid, it's unneeded, but the fact that even Apple is rumored to be working on an all-around screen, all-around display, or even a curved screen, just shows you how nice it is to have, and how actually useful it can be. A lot of people in the past have argued with me that these little upgrades, these little enhancements, these gimmicks were just minor improvements to just kind of take you away from them not really improving the device. But when you add those all up, they matter. The fact that I just recently changed my dad's Note 2 as my mom's S4 showed me how much the phones have changed in just 2.5, 3 years. And it's a pretty significant change, folks. Now, with that all said, guys, let's quickly recap. Like I said earlier in the video, if you're due for an upgrade, or if you're looking for a new phone in general, or looking to switch even carriers, I think this is the perfect device to do so. A lot of people might argue with you about the large screen, but let me tell you now, you'll get used to it. It gets small. Even the Note 4, the one I currently use, is currently in an OtterBox, so it looks absolutely huge. But when I take it out of the case, it feels small to me. And then when I go ahead and use an iPhone 6 or even the S7, they feel tiny in comparison, and I feel like the screen isn't large enough. But at the same time, the screen shouldn't get any bigger than the current Note, because by that point, you're using a tablet. But especially with all the current offers, I think it's a phenomenal deal. You're essentially getting a $200 smartwatch or a tremendous amount of memory. 64 plus 256 gigabytes, you're getting 300 gigabytes of storage in the phone. And if you're like me back in the day, putting your movies in there, putting all your music, photos, everything that you need to do, this is plenty of memory for a mobile user. This is actually more than some of the old iPod classics used to have back in the day. So that is a ton of music for you movie buffs, and that's a lot of movies for you commuters and travelers that you like to use your phones to do so. And for you Gear VR fans, that's obviously a lot more storage for your games and 360 videos. If a lot of you have been playing around with the Gear VR, you know that they offer 360 streaming, but you know that the videos are very low quality, standard definition, because the fact that they're streaming. If you save the actual files onto the internal storage, you're gonna get a much higher quality video and a much better experience. So with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and throw something out to my current subscribers as well as my future potential subscribers, wink wink. Come this fall, when I do upgrade to the Note 7, and there are two conditions. If I get up to 20,000 subscribers, I will be giving away my Note 4. Now, before you guys go crazy about it, I did have to change my Note 4 display screen because I did drop and crack the screen, hence why I do have an OtterBox now. But it is the original Samsung screen. I've changed screens before, so a little loose on the side because of the adhesive, but I know that there are people out there who just can't afford some of the new devices and can't afford to get a proper plan and upgrade. So this is mainly for those who want to give the Gear VR a try, need a new phone and stuff, and this is my way of pretty much thanking the subscribers out there for supporting my channel. Wait, did I just say that right? I'm about to give out a free Note 4 for hitting 20,000 subscribers? Well, that might not be the only thing I give away, hint, hint. But if you'd like to see that happen, obviously, you're gonna have to help me by liking the video, sharing the video, and if you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button to check out some of the other videos I've done. And folks, before you leave, this channel is not just meant for smartphones and smartwatches and stuff. I do tend to dabble in other channels and other things as well, including virtual reality. And if you'd like to check out some of the virtual reality videos that we've done at our store, check out some of these fun reactions that my customers have done.